up Scrivener and the first thing I see is just... I knew it was gonna come back to a wild part. Hello friends and enemies, welcome to day 23 of Writemas, aka Vlogmas Writing Edition. As you can see, the Christmas Eve preparations are already a go. These are the heatless curlers from Zoe Isla. I want to say these are like 1.5 inches, 1 inch. So I'm letting my hair sit in that for now. But yesterday we had a really wild and fun ride. We were editing our first spicy scene of the draft. And while I didn't get to finish it, I am at a point where I can continue. And the last line I wrote, no spoilers, but it's a spicy one. But in order to work on that spicy scene, I deleted like over 2,000 words. And while I was able to get a positive word count for last night, that does mean that my session target for today is 3,065 words. Hopefully I get to that because tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and for my family that's a big day where we come together. AKA, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to work on anything tomorrow night. Might be able to do something on Christmas Day, but definitely not for tomorrow. So without further ado, let's get into this first writing sprint because it's gonna be a doozy today. Hello, it is 10:16. I just finished up my writing sprint and I have written 286 words. We're doing real well tonight, real well. This is so much better than what I had originally written as the first spicy scene. And I always say first because there's definitely going to be more than this one. They're just like, wow, this is great. This is great. Will I think that down the line? I don't know. But in this moment, this is great. This is a great scene. There's like not much I can share or like figure out how to share without 1, spoiling, or 2, getting flagged for violations, community guidelines, who knows. So I'm gonna leave it at that. We're almost done with the scene. I think we're almost done with the scene. I feel like yesterday I kept going like, oh, we're almost done with the scene. We're almost done with the scene. No, because they just want to keep going and going and going. I have them a bit younger than me. They're in their like mid-20s. Not gonna lie, your stamina like slows down a bit as you reach your late 20s. And the male main character is a raven, so this is kind of his job. And for once, he's like attracted to the person he's with, and she's very attracted to the person she's with. So I'm just like, you know, this is going on for a while, but I'll just keep it, yep. Just, you need snacks, you need drinks, like. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break, get back into writing, and check in with y'all after this next writing sprint. Hello, it is 10:51. I just finished up a writing sprint and I have written in total for tonight 887 words. We are doing so well tonight. So well. And we better be because I apparently have to write 3,000 words before the end of the night. But I think we'll get there. This chapter is kind of getting long and I'm like, should I stop it here? Because right now it's 2,940 words and I can continue on with it, or I could stop it and then start on the next chapter. Because I know what I need them to do right now, but I'm like, does it need to be in this chapter or could I start the next one? But I think I'm going to continue and keep it in this current chapter, even if that means it's going to be like a 5,000 word long chapter. Oh, actually, there might be I think I'm already like, I think I know what I need to do because I'm already looking at this and I'm like, oh, wait, I think there is something that I can fix. Okay, I made my note. Let's see how this next writing sprint goes because I'm going to be editing it. So I'm going to initially be taking out words, but I will be adding new ones in. So I'm going to take a quick little break and then dive into this because I'm like, oh, I already know what I want to do. I just can't forget it right now. I know what to do. So I will see y'all after the writing sprint. Hello, it is 11:21. I just finished up a writing sprint and my total word count for tonight is 1,027 words. We made some progress. So I deleted a bit of what I had written in the last sprint and like changed it all. And I'm like, this is pretty in line with their characters. Long story short, and not giving away too many spoilers, we're doing a little bit of aftercare. It's kind of awkward aftercare. If you've ever had a situation where you like finished a deed and you didn't really know what to do after afterwards. Not that I'm talking from experience or anything, but that's what's happening right now. So they have a little bit of like different aftercare routines, not just for like in the bedroom, but for their mission. Because again, they're spies. I feel like I have to remind like myself and everyone every once in a while that they're spies. So they like have separate aftercare routines, and the male main character is like, no, we're not going to do separate aftercare routines. We're gonna do my routine, but we're gonna do it together. And obviously the female main character is upset by this. She's like, why do I get to do your aftercare routine but not mine? And he's basically like, cause girly pop, your aftercare routine is running away, and I don't need you to run away from this situation right now. Cause like running and running away is her whole theme. And he's just like, up, you're not doing that right now. You're not doing that right now. While I highly encourage that you do whatever aftercare routine you need to do after doing the do. This one, my guy is like putting his foot down and being like, no, we are going to talk. So I'm making them talk instead of like running away from their feelings. It's like a little awkward, but I'm like, y'all gotta actually like talk to each other, please. I am making y'all talk to each other after y'all were just doing all of that. So I'm gonna go on my break, make these two losers talk to each other, and then see y'all after the writing sprint. Hello, it is 11:51. I just finished up a writing sprint and I have written in total for tonight 1,526 words. We're like halfway through our session target, so I'm like, that's good. I'll take it. I'm really enjoying how this scene is playing out. It's just like, ooh, we got some character development going on finally. My goodness. And I do want to give a little update. It says in Scrivener that in total for the month of December, I have written 40,099 words in the draft. I'm like, we're doing so well. We're doing so well. We're only 10,000 words away from our goal, and I'm just like, we can do it. We could do it. I do want to go on a little bit of a break because my camera is about to die. I, for some reason, did not charge it at all today. So I'm gonna go on a break, charge my camera, and then go back into writing and catch y'all after the next writing sprint. Hello, it is 12:25 a.m. I just finished up a writing sprint. My total word count for tonight is 1,722 words. Not a lot of words, but we made some progress. I feel like a lot of that sprint was mostly just fine-tuning the scene right now. Like before we were churning out words. And I was like, wait, hold up. I need this to make sense right now. And I need it to make sense right now before I forget. But I am trying to make sure that we are getting some progress in the relationship right now, because it's so easy for them to fall back into bad habits of just bickering and being angry with each other. And I'm just like, I need you to not do that right now, especially when he was just balls deep in you. But shocker, is the female main character who's trying to run away from her problems and her feelings. So we're trying to get something out of this and trying to like move the story forward. I think I could probably fit in just like one more writing sprint tonight. Like maybe we'll hit 2,000 words. I don't think we're gonna hit 3,000. I definitely want to finish as much of this chapter as I can, just so I can like relax and rest easy and enjoy my Christmas Eve. So I will go on a tiny break, go back into sprinting, and catch up with y'all after the writing sprint. Hello, it is 12:55 a.m. I just finished up a writing sprint. My total word count for tonight is now 2,201 words. I feel like I had like a pretty rough start going into this writing sprint, but in the end, we were just like, keep it going. I feel like I went through a roller coaster in that chapter, because it starts out one place, it goes to another place, and then it goes to another place. Like a lot of things are happening, and I'm like, if I have to cut this, if I have to edit it, I probably will need to, but it's just like, it's a lot happening. So I would understand why anyone would want to edit it. It leaves us off in a really good part, and I made a little note for what's gonna happen in the next chapter, and I'm like, I think I torture my characters way too much, especially the female main character. I think I torture her way too much. What that says about me is yet to be determined. It just says a lot about me. On that note, I think I'm going to head to bed. We did a pretty great job tonight. Love that we added words, and we're set up pretty well for the next writing session. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any writing on the 24th. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do a very late night writing session. If I don't see y'all before then, I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Thank you so much for joining me in my writing and my yapping. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!